If you're shopping for window or door replacements, here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The product is only half of the story. So I'm here at a job that we're replacing a bay window at in Middletown, and I've got some of the old rotted frame. Now this customer actually had their bay window blow in on them in the living room due to rot and the thing just wearing out. It wasn't that old, but thanks to poor installation techniques and things that were missed, the frame rotted out and the window gave up. So I'm gonna go over 5 points today so that you can vet the contractor that you have for your windows and doors and make sure they're doing these details right so your windows and doors actually last and serve you well for the time they're supposed to. So number one, the rough opening, which is the opening before you put the window or door in, needs to be sealed and insulated correctly before you put the window or door in. So from the insulation side of things, once you have your window or door set, we use low expansion foam around the unit, making sure that it's not too much, but enough to correctly seal it. If it's too much, what can happen is your window frame or door frame starts to warp or bend over time due to the pressure from the insulation. So number two, water management really matters. You don't want rotted walls or water coming into your house over time due to poor flashing details on a window or door. And what needs to happen is, first of all, we have to have house wrap on the wall, which most houses have that. And the house wrap is usually cut and bent into the rough opening like you see here. But then you gotta take flashing tape and correctly seal it off, starting with the bottom, going up the sides, and then coming in the top. And unfortunately, some contractors just don't really know this stuff. And while the final product can look good and function well for a while, what happens over time is you end up with sill rot, frame rot, wall rot, OSB sheeting and stuff that's rotten, and then of course you can get into problems like mold and so forth, and that's definitely not what we want. Do your best and caulk the rest is not a great plan for long-term success, and so you have to make sure things are correctly done so that when the caulk breaks or cracks, water still flows to the correct places without damaging your house. So number three, the unit itself, the window or door, has to be installed plumb, level, and square. Now what is plumb, you might say? Plumb is simply, think of completely vertical. It can't be shifted, to the right or left. It has to be completely vertical, 90 degrees from a flat surface. So if a door is out of plumb, even by a little bit, it can often tend to swing open or swing closed on its own and not just stay put when you open it. Or one corner might sit a little proud of the wall, which simply means that if the bottom and top are not installed completely vertical, the top might sit out a little bit further than the bottom, resulting in a little lip here or maybe on the inside, and that creates a problem with your trimming. Number four, shims and fasteners matter more than most homeowners ever realize. So shim placement, which is what I have in my hand here, is especially important behind window and door locking points and hinges and so forth. What can happen is, let's say you're putting shims along the side to get your window or door nice and square. If you put it under your fastener and drill your fastener right on top of that, over time, if something loosens up, the shim can fall down, leaving that area vulnerable to problems. Whereas if you put your shim right on top of the fastener, it falls down over time, possibly, but it's gonna stop there and stay in place. And speaking of shims, you don't just wanna jam one in, even though that can be tight. You always have to use two and place your second one opposite of the first one. So this one is thick, thin. You wanna take a second one and take the thick edge and set it on the thin edge of this one and thin and thick edge out here. So you have a flat surface to deal with. What happens otherwise, if you're just dealing with one and you jam it in there, that's going to twist the frame of your window or door slightly over time, and then it's going to be hard to operate. So we're working with plastics a lot of times if it's a vinyl window, or with metals. And if you use the wrong kind of fasteners, they can pull the frame in against the frame too tightly and cause it to warp a little bit. Lastly, the measuring and ordering, of course, have to be right for things to work out. And sometimes it can be hard to measure correctly because of those different things. And it's not like we're tearing the window apart when we're measuring, so we really have to know our stuff. And if it's measured wrong, sometimes the installers are forced to make something fit or try to make something fit that really wasn't intended for the home in that opening. Or sometimes a project gets delayed because a product has to be reordered. At Joyland, we're not just measuring width and height and calling it a day. We're trying to look at the whole picture. So the exterior trim, the siding, the wall conditions, the interior trim, and put that all together to make sure we're measuring properly to get the correct product. So what should you ask before you sign a contract? Ask how the opening is going to be measured to make sure they get things square and plumb. What about the gaps around the window or door? How is that going to be insulated and properly sealed? Ask about how the warranty works. If it's a product issue and not an installation issue, is the labor for that product replacement going to be covered or not? And ask who's actually responsible if something doesn't operate correctly after the job is done. One more thing my team brought up, and this really does matter. When the product is finished, the contractor should walk you through the new window or door installation and make sure you understand how everything works. Because our goal is not just to put the window or door in and then just disappear into the sunset like some home improvement cowboy.
Wait, how do I lock it?
Figure it out on your own, ma'am.
The goal is actually to leave you with something that looks right, seals right, works right, and gives you the confidence it's going to stay that way for a long time.